The unrest in Syria has forced many civilians to evacuate their homes. Large numbers of Syrians are currently displaced, staying in public places provided by the Syrian government and the UN, such as schools and cultural centers, trying to cope with harsh living circumstances away from their homes. The suffering of displaced Syrians because of violence is increasing every day. The main problem is that residential neighborhoods are turning into war zones, a fact that has left thousands homeless. Tahani is a Syrian who is living inside a classroom that has become a safe haven for her and her family. She said she left her house seeking security for her children after foreign-backed militants stormed into her neighborhood.
We
were living in Al-Qadam area. Armed men attacked the neighborhood, then clashes started there. I was forced to leave my home. I was afraid my children could be hurt. One of my relatives remained inside. Some friends told us that he was killed and our house was set ablaze.
Every family in this school has a heartbreaking story to tell. Walid, a man who was shot by insurgents, told Press TV how his son was killed at the hands of the so-called Al-Nusra Front militants.
Al-Nusra Front militants killed my son Mohammad. He was in a school when he was killed. After 15 days, they burned my house. 20 days following that incident, 2 of them knocked on my door and shot me just because my son serves in the army. They wanted him to defect. I couldn't do anything but flee the area.
The Red Cross is among many organizations that provide assistance to the displaced Syrians. The ICRC said it has helped over 1.5 million Syrians.
We have worked since the beginning of the conflict in Syria in close cooperation with the Syrian Arab Red Crescent to channel much needed assistance to different places across the country. 1.5 million that we have provided food for in 2012 alone. So the needs, as I said, are very, very huge. And people keep being displaced on a daily basis, fleeing their homes with nothing but, sometimes the clothes they're wearing.
Nevertheless, the biggest part of aid is provided by the Syrian government. UN organizations, Syrian NGOs, the World Food Programme and the Syrian Red Crescent also offer aid. Inside the schools, Syrians are given 3 meals a day. Their medical needs are also met. However, their priority is for violence to end, so they can return home and live a normal life. Muhammad Ali, Press TV, Damascus.